Good morning, everyone, and I'm going to show you here this morning what we give the dogs for our breakfast. Our 6 dogs, not so much what I give Jersey. That's not going to be in this video because he is sick. He's an elderly dog. His is slightly different than what I'm giving the dogs here now, and he's already fed, done, ready to roll. So now I'm going to do our 6 larger dogs. And first off, this ingredient stays the same every morning, and that is an egg. I actually boil the eggs. I don't give them raw. You can indeed give them raw. That is, of course, a personal preference from person to person. Sometimes I would give them raw eggs, but here where we live, I definitely can't give them the shell because the coating of the shell here, they do use chemicals on it. So regardless of the situation with our dogs here where we live, they cannot have the shell. So I'm just going to place 6 of those in the pot to boil in. Some of the other ingredients actually slightly change in the mornings, but in terms of the boiled eggs, this stays the same. Every morning they get an egg. The other ingredients do slightly change and vary from morning to morning, just so they're not sick of the food and stuff like that. You don't need to fill your pot completely up. It's literally just make sure the top of the egg is submerged. And you want to make sure your eggs have space when boiling. You don't want to have them stacked on top of each other. Okay, that's good there. I just turned the stove on and turned it up on high, and you're going to leave it on that until the eggs start to boil. When you start to see it bubble and boil, that's when you're going to shut the oven off. As soon as the eggs start to boil, you want to shut off the stove, cover it up, and switch it to a burner that's not on, and then just let them set. And I let them set for approximately 4 minutes. While the eggs are setting, I'm going to take some ice, put it in the bowl here, as well as some colder water. And this is where the eggs are going to go after those 4 minutes. Now that I have the ice cubes in there, I'm just going to add some water. Fill the bowl right up with water. You're going to grab some tongs, and yeah, my tongs are getting pretty rough looking. And you're going to transfer your eggs from the pot of water now. You're going to uncover them and transfer them using the tongs from there to the ice water that you have done, and they're going to sit in here for 10 minutes. When it comes to this part, just be extra careful because this pot is still very, very hot and the eggs inside are still very, very hot. So just take your time and be tedious and you'll be all right. And they're just going to sit in this for, like I said, 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes are up, what you're going to do is you're going to remove your egg. You're going to tap it lightly on a cutting board or a hard surface on its side until it cracks. Then what you're going to do is remove a bit of the shell, take a spoon, get it under and remove the rest of the shell, and then just place it in a bowl. The last step, I'm going to dry off the eggs now with some paper towel, and then just cut them all in half. They can eat them like this, but weirdly enough, 3 of our 6 dogs prefer them cut in half. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I always do when giving them eggs. Now that the eggs are done, I'm first going to fill up their first bowls with fresh cold water. After the water's all done in each bowl, I first lay the base, which is the doggy chow for each of the dogs. Now that much is done, Nala and Dodger both get puppy chow. Because where Nala's pregnant, she has to have puppy chow, and, well, Dodger's still a puppy, so he gets puppy chow, and all the other dogs have just straight doggy mini chow. The reason I do mini chunk chow for our other dogs, it's just easier to digest than big chunks of food. The next thing I add to their breakfast, and this is done every morning as well as for their supper in the evenings, twice a day, and that is pumpkin seeds. And you have to make sure these are unsalted. Do not get the salted for your dogs. And you also want to make sure they're grinded down. You can just use a coffee grinder. Any dry type of seed substance you can use in a coffee grinder. You can't use wet products in it. Next up, we're going to add their yogurt. And the kind of yogurt, it's just the Greek yogurt, plain yogurt. You don't want to give them types of flavors like strawberry, blueberry, nothing like that, just plain Greek yogurt. Last but not least, I just shredded up some cheese. This is something else you want to just go lightly on as well. Don't be feeding it to them every single day with every single meal, just like the yogurt. And that is the dog's breakfast here this morning. So they have their doggy chow, puppy chow for Nala and Dodger, an egg, grinded down pumpkin seeds, some shredded up cheese, and Greek yogurt with water in their other dish. Is it good, baby boy? Yeah. Sissy hauls out her eggs to eat it. She don't leave it in the bowl like everybody else. And Dodger. Sorry, it's still early here, so it's kind of dark in this area where they eat their food. But they're all enjoying it and loving their breakfast before they go outside again. Oh, goodness. There they start running around. At least they're keeping themselves warm. I'm up here and I'm froze. I guess I could go down and run around with them. Haha, not really. I'm not doing that here today. Dodger. Nala's just down there getting some ice out of the wagon. And of course, Kenai's staying close. He always does that. When she's pregnant, he stays very close to her. Ooh, what are they doing there? They're probably going to come out as soon as I walk. Yeah, there we go. As soon as they start walking over that way, they comes out from that side of the house. And all I can hear is like the crunching noise of the ground where it's frozen. I'm starting to shiver. Starting to shiver. Now Claire has a toy. She had a stick and now she has a toy. Leave it. Careful now, girls. Look at all the sticks they have down in the yard. Oh my goodness. She fell asleep here. Oh, I just woke her. I'm sorry. With her hand on her little toy, her little pink toy. We're watching her movie. Yeah, I'm talking about you, pretty girl. And Claire's down there too. Look how she's holding on to her toy. So cute. I'm out here cleaning up the dog's number 2, and Kenai and Claire are here watching the birds in the neighbor's yard. It's so cute. He's on the stump that we have in the yard. Don't know if you can see it. You gotta back up, especially where it's getting later in the evening. And Dodger's down here now too. What is it, Kenai? What are you looking at? The birds? What? The birdies aren't asleep yet? No? They're so cute. Oh, the birds aren't asleep yet. Today's been quite chaotic, so the dogs are out here playing now, having some late night fun. I don't even know if you can really see them because it's so dark out. There's Nala. There's the girls. Kenai's over in the doghouse. Like I said, you can't really... Oh. Can't see them too well here tonight. But they're certainly out playing. Oh my goodness. There they go, up on the patio again. What are you doing? You having lots of fun? Yeah? Having lots of fun outside? Are we gonna head in now? Did you want to go inside now and get supper? I know, it gets dark really early. I'm sorry. It's the winter months. Alright, Kenai, you coming up? We're heading in now to get supper. You gonna come get supper? Here. Come on, buddy boy. Everybody else is heading in. You too. Come on, Layla. He's coming. Need you worry.